Hello, everyone. This is Talk for Glory, episode 250. We are, 25 minutes removed off of Friday Night SmackDown. We are 24 hours removed off of Talk for Glory's previous predictions, WrestlePalooza. And now we are, not even 24 hours, probably 15 hours ish? 15 hours away from not only WrestlePalooza, but AEW's All Out. So you guys already know, no matter whether it be on the same day, in the same week, where there's a podcast, where there is wrestling, there is Talk for Glory. Unfortunately, Smoove couldn't be here. That's okay. You guys already know, content's always going to be dropping. But you guys already know the rest. Introductions are always a must. I'm an MB4, and this is AEW All Out Predictions 2025. And I have been hearing you guys in the Discords. When's the next AEW guest going to appear? And still figuring that out. Still crossing that board. We'll have to wait and see. I know that there have been guests for WWE shows. There have been guests for Stardom shows, for New Japan shows. And I know you guys are wanting a guest for AEW because we always want to hear, the third person, the second person's opinion, their thoughts, their predictions. So be on the lookout for whatever the next show is. Maybe there's someone there on the next show. But here, right now, it's just me, not since day one. To start us off, we got a 3v3 featuring the people that feature, that function, that run off of the rulings of they're in the business of hurting people. It is the Hurt Syndicate. So Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, versus, I believe this team does not have an official name yet, but it is Ricochet and Bishop Khan and Toa Leone. I was gonna say Mogul Embassy, but I don't know if that was their team name by themselves or is it with Swerve, which is also kind of funny the more I think about it, actually, that Bishop Khan and Toa have just been floundering around in group to group, whether it's with Ricochet or with Swerve, or remember, these guys were members of a House of Torture as well. So, what is your favorite pairing of, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona? Honestly, oh hey there, Weeb. Damn, you got here fast, man. Um, before I even go further, as you guys know, join the Talk Floor Discord, but we love talking to you guys. We love getting to know you guys, whether it be like a fun fact about yourself or your personal wrestling opinions. Um, Today is Talk for Glory's, one of Talk for Glory's favorite commentators, New Age Weeb's birthday. So I just want to take about 2 seconds to tell you happy birthday, Weeb. And I hope you enjoy these predictions. And you're highly appreciated in the Discord. But back to what I was saying, as much as I believe that Khan and Leona and Ricochet might be a viable threat, maybe they're a viable threat to just about anyone else. But if you guys have not watched any Talk for Glory, I have said that Shelton Benjamin is a one-man army, and if he tags in Bobby Lashley, the match that is scheduled to go 10 minutes long turns into 3 minutes long. At least with Shelton Benjamin, I at least believe it to go 6 minutes. And the fact that MVP's here, like, they got places to be, people to meet, money to make. I don't know how long until Lashley gets tagged in. He spears literally all three of them. But when I say these things about like Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, I say from a place of knowing that these guys can do better. These guys are no longer the tag team champions. That's okay because they aren't tag team champions because they lost them. They aren't tag team champions because they got tired of it. They're like, you know what? We're tired of this. We're bored. We beat everyone up. It's over. There's only so many times you can beat up the same 5 teams before you just throw the title and go, here, damn. So what's next? I guess beating up Ricochet and his friends. That's always a fun thing to do. And I know there's some people that appreciate Ricochet and his work. Maybe a faction is what he needs. There we go. Now I remember what they were called. They were called the Gates of Agony before they were like teamed up with literally everybody. So now that I've remembered their names, now I guess the $1 million question I gotta ask everyone is, what is your favorite pairing with the Gates of Agony? I know they've been with Swerve. They've been members of House of Torture. It's been them and Brian Cage. So like, what's your favorite pairing of them? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head if they were a part of the Don Callis family. They might have been. They might not have been. Freaking the Don Callis family has just about like 20 members at this point. They've got Dios and Diaz. They've got brothers and sisters. They've got the favorite son Takeshita. But yeah, what's your favorite version of Gates of Agony? Well, you guys figure that out. I'm gonna have to say my predictions. My predictions is that the Hurt Syndicate end up hurting these guys and getting the win. If I'll even go a little step further, I think MVP pins Ricochet. Next in this match, I wish Smoove was here for this, but it's okay. It is New York versus New York. It is Big Cass, Big Bill. Doesn't matter because that man is 7 feet tall and you can't teach that. I don't think he's the realest guy in the room though. Versus the returning New York's own. Fuck, he might be Talk for Glory's favorite, like top 5, top 10. I don't think there's a single conversation between me and Smoove where we don't say that he could be world champion. Returning Eddie Kingston, and my God, am I so happy to hear that Eddie Kingston is going to be back. It sucked that he got injured, but you know injuries happen. This is wrestling after all, and the fact that he's back puts a smile on my face, puts a smile on Smooth's face. Does he have a chance for a comeback of the year? Who knows? Maybe. You know, there's 3 months left. Comeback is all about what you do with your time. You know, you could have came back in January and done jack shit, but you could have came back in September and you could have gone on a generational return run. But welcome back, Eddie Kingston. The fact that this is New York versus New York, it holds a special place in my heart. Probably holds a special place in Smooth's heart too. If he was here, I think we'd be talking about like Eddie Kingston and where we see the future lies for him. How Big Cass is probably one of the perfect opponents for him, and you know, there's just so much to look forward to when it comes to Eddie Kingston versus Big Cass. A little sad that no promo work, but you know, it's okay. It's a return. You want to build up the suspense, the animosity, not animosity, the excitement. So there's not much I could really bounce off of on this one, but I'll be quick and say I have Eddie Kingston winning this. Now, we're not done talking about New York because our next match in a tables and thumbtacks no DQ match, it is MJF versus Mark Briscoe. And this is a match that me and Smoove are talking highly about how Mark Briscoe needs to get his justice and how MJF has talked way too much shit about the Briscoe name, talking about Jay Briscoe, rest in peace, his soul. If there was any time for MJF to take a loss, this is probably it. This is the one where no matter how you feel about Mark Briscoe, whether you think he's just a tag guy or maybe he's not worth being in the same ring as MJF, this is as personal as MJF keeps getting. Like, in a sense, I would be okay if MJF won this if there was nothing at stake. It's just MJF just so happens to just want to beat up Mark Briscoe, or Mark Briscoe just be the wrong person at the wrong time. But now it's just, I want Mark Briscoe to get that win. I really do. I want Mark Briscoe to get that feeling of, I did it for you, Jay. I did it for the Briscoes' names. I did it for my kids, for your kids. I did it. And then who knows? Maybe the conglomeration comes out, or they do a little backstage segment promo, whatever, and Mark Briscoe gives us the word of the day, and that be justice. Because that's what I think. I think Mark Briscoe gets his justice, the Briscoe justice, everyone's justice, and the bad guy doesn't always win. Oh, so I see that we have 5 viewers here. So welcome to Talk for Glory, guys. And where does MJF go from here? This is gonna sound crazy, but I want MJF to win. Not a number one contenders match for the world title, but no, not win, but like I kind of want him to go like on a mini winning streak, and I also want him in the Continental Classic. And I know that's like around November-ish, but yeah, I really want to see MJF in the Continental Classic. Do I see him winning that? That's a I guess that's a predictions video waiting to happen. So I want to let you guys know that now. Little spoiler that the Continental Classics will be joining the ranks of the 5-star Grand Prix, the G1, as one of Top Glory's yearly talked about videos when it comes to tournaments. And who knows, maybe that has a guest. Maybe. But back to this match. Again, I have Mark Briscoe winning this, and he does it for everybody. He does it for the fans, he does it for his family. And if you guys get mad at MJF losing to a Mark Briscoe, I don't know what to tell you. Like, he'll be fine. Walk it off. But talking about a match where someone won't walk it off, it's in a coffin match, Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin. And I just got to say, I love Darby Allin in coffin matches. Like, I can't tell you a single bad one. Weeb, you might be right. You might be right. MJF might be the CMLL World Champion. He's something in CMLL. I know, like, he's like feuding with Mystico like every other Tuesday, but yeah, that's another thing that MJF's got going on. If it's not Mark Briscoe, it's Mystico. But yeah, I love Darby Allin. Um, I love Darby Allin in coffin matches. Like, I don't think he's ever had a bad one. I know some people didn't like. One moment, guys. Okay, there we go. That was a little. That was a little issue. All right, guys. Just want to check something. Make sure you guys can hear me. Whoever's watching, can I get an audio check? Okay, we should be in the clear now because I am checking. Okay, so we can you hear me now? Can anyone else hear me? Want to be doing this and then come back to or listen and how long? It's back. We hear you now. Thank you, Weeb. I would hate. I would hate to be talking to myself and there is no one here. Okay, now. All right, but we just so I'm not, too fast. All listeners, actually, how do you guys feel about the roads of John Moxley and Darby Allin? Do you think that the bridge is already burned? Do you think we've taken too long on this storyline? Did Darby make the wrong choice by choosing the mountain? Because I get it. I get Mox's whole intentions and all. Personally, I'm more on the side of at a certain point, Mox didn't need to. All right, and Smoove has joined us. Let me fix the boxes.
Yup,
Let me fix the
yup.
box.
What's good? What's good, y'all? Now this time,
Let me.
straight out of New York, right, Damon?
Yeah, I just skipped the Eddie Kingston stuff.
All right.
There we
So what are we
go.
on? Like, what's up? What's going on, everybody?
The current talks is Mox and Darby. If the storyline has already played out, is it at its end? Um, Long-term storytelling, I guess, in AEW. So things of that nature. That's current the talks right now. And right now, I've just been talking to Weeb here, who's been a great in the comment sections. Happy birthday to him again.
Happy
Um,
birthday, man! Shout out to you.
um, yeah, just how I've been feeling about it. Like I'm not mad that they've revisited it because Darby has been in the middle of goddamn nowhere climbing Mount Everest, and I
Yeah,
guess this is Mox's thing. Like, hey, I want to fight the OGs.
yeah.
So
I like it though, and everyone. Here's why. Like, I think this is like a step forward in the path that Tony Khan wants to take to making Darby Allin like a world champion one day. And why not take the path of John Moxley as well? Like this, and then you got the story behind it. Like you said, there is some story behind it. Especially for Mox's place, right?
right,
So I like the positioning of this match. To be honest, like we get Darby against literally the recent world champion of AEW.
right in a
So
coffin
I'm
match. And I don't think they've ever had a bad coffin. I don't think Darby's ever had a bad coffin match.
let's be honest. When does Darby ever have like a boring or whack match when it comes to like these type of matches? I don't think ever.
Yeah, I don't think he. I know some people didn't like the coffin match against Jack Perry. Personally, I understand. Like it felt like they speed ran it, but I think they went overtime on one of the matches. I forgot which one it was. That's why they kind of speed ran the coffin match. But that's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, I would say it wasn't as great as the others, but I wouldn't say it was bad though.
Like I
I
know he
wouldn't
had
say it was
a coffin
bad.
match with Andrade. Like that was great.
Yes, that was really good.
Um, what other coffin match did he have that I was a huge fan of?
I'm thinking of another one. I forgot. Was it recent, right?
No, it wasn't recent because like I know he's been in like three or
Like
four.
three, right?
Yeah, he had
So,
Andrade. He's doing with Mox. He's had Jack Perry, and I know I'm missing one. Maybe it was a
uh,
tag match with like Sting and two other people.
I was gonna say no, it wasn't the Hardys.
No, he had an Extreme Rules match against Jeff.
Too many special stipulations. Yeah, I agree.
But you know,
I think
I
this is
got
gonna be crazy though.
yeah, like I don't think they're ever gonna miss.
Right or wrong, like, I think this is gonna be crazy. You got somebody of the level of extreme like Darby Allin, and then you got somebody who's crazy himself, the lunatic himself, John Moxley. Like you already know they're gonna go all out in this match.
I wonder how it's gonna go. Oh, I think it was on Brody King. I think it was Brody King. He had that coffin match.
Uh,
Yeah, it was. It was. It
it
was.
was Brody King. You're right. You're right. I'm starting to think back to it. You're right.
Yeah,
Wait. Yeah, it was. It was.
but yeah, Darby to me has never had a bad coffin match, and
Yeah.
this is no exception.
Yes.
All right, now
But who you
for
got winning?
I got Darby winning this. Who knows?
I
Maybe
got.
actually I could kind of see it going in a draw, where like
Yeah.
where like Mox is about to like get up out the coffin, and then like Darby just goes fuck it coffin drop, and that like makes the lid close on its own.
I agree. I got Darby winning this as well. I think it sets him up for like potential, huge potential, like possibility.
Yeah, like I could definitely see like after this like Darby becoming like a world champion in like the next year or two.
Yeah, he's taking. I think he's gonna take the right steps. I think within the next year. Let's see though.
Just to catch you up to speed real quick. In the MJF versus Mark Briscoe match, I talked about um wanting Mark to finally get like that justice, that vindication, because MJF has just talked way too much shit about his dead brother. Um,
Yeah.
Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. I said that it's just two New Yorkers, so I'm happy to see it. And I like we're both big fans of Eddie Kingston.
Definitely.
MVP, Hurt Business, Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and Gates of Agony. Easy dub for the Hurt Syndicate. It's get in, get the win, go out and get bread. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's the matches I just
I,
speed ran through.
I want to touch on something real fast. I definitely agree with the Mark Briscoe match. Like, if AEW doesn't make him like do anything crazy and specific, I think it just makes him look terrible. He's talking all this crap about your dead brother, and you're just gonna have him like look like a loser. Like even if he loses, make him look strong though. Make him beat the living. Like make it to the point where MJF barely walks out of the arena. Like even if he wins, like you can't talk about his dead brother and just all right. He's gonna destroy and beat the shit out of Mark Briscoe. I don't think that would make any sense. Like
You
that's
mean MJF?
crazy. No, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
MJF, yeah. I don't think that would make any sense. It would just make him look like weak.
Yeah, I was also saying that like Mark Briscoe needs to get this win for his brother, for his family, for like the Briscoe name in general.
Yeah, but anyways, let's get on to the next match.
All right, next match is the TBS Women's Championship. It is the first ever AEW Women's World Champion Riho versus I think she's the longest reigning TBS champion.
She's about to
Maybe,
break the record.
it's not like the first one was important, anyways. The CEO, she's got one, two, three, four, five, too fucking many belts. Mercedes Monet for the TBS Championship.
Yeah, a
Um,
match that came out of literally nothing.
like I get it, Riho returned, and she challenged for the belt, which is cool, which is great. I'm just not the biggest fan of Riho disappearing from my TV for like 3 months and then popping up, getting a title match, and disappearing again. Like shit, put her on
Yeah,
Ring of Honor. All I care. I don't care. Like all
what
I
wasn't her last appearance like on March 7th of like last year? I think like March of last year.
I don't know.
It's been like
What?
literally like a year.
Okay, all right. Either she faced Mariah May, or she faced someone. All I know is like Riho is very come and go, and it makes me it gets difficult to like be attached to her in any way, whether it be from a fan or wanting to see her succeed or like even disliking her. Like I'm not mad that I don't see you. I just feel nothing because I don't see you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Nick, but I can care less about this match. Like it's just another match for Mercedes to like stat pad her title
Um,
run.
Honestly, I I think like this probably could have been a match where you could have put in Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, if you wanted to add more like interest or like value to the match, but I mean, she is the first ever AEW Women's Champion, so that alone does
Oh, yeah,
something, I guess.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, that is. But after this, I don't know what the Mercedes does. Again, I've been saying, I believe since last year's Owen Hart Cup Finals, that I want Willow Nightingale to be the one to either be Tony Storm for the women's title, Mercedes Moné for the TBS, or Athena for the ROH.
Mm.
And I hope by before 2025 is over that Willow Nightingale is holding one of those belts.
Yes, I agree. And I just don't understand like what are they doing with Mercedes right now?
That
With
pattern.
all this all the belt collecting and all this nonsense they got going on. I just don't like it.
I know in discussions and on other wrestling podcasts that I might even be on a couple. When it comes to Wrestler of the Year, there's a lot of people saying Mercedes Moné, and
That's
I understand the reasoning. Personally, I can name a couple other women that I believe should be Women's Wrestler of the Year, but those aren't my podcasts. Those are places that will be welcoming me. So I just want to let you guys know for here in Talk for Glory, it's not a definitive yes in the rankings that Mercedes Moné could be Women's Wrestler of the Year.
she's a thought, she's an option. She's one of them
Yeah,
for
she's
sure. I
re-
just think
was
Enigma,
better.
I just think there's too much I don't know how to say it. There's not enough booking. Like I don't there's not enough consistent good booking when it comes to Mercedes Money and her title run. That's what like messes it up for me. Like
Right.
a lot of matches like this.
I'm also reading on Weeb's comment where he says that she just doesn't wrestle for a long periods of time, talking about Riho. And yeah, she just doesn't. Like, it would be different if Riho was like, let's say she has like 10 matches on Dynamite, 50 on Collision, like 20 on ROH, and let's say she just did the Stardom G1. I can
Yeah.
understand that. You know, you got Riho everywhere. But also another comment, I like this one. He said Athena should dethrone Monet. I like that. I like that idea.
Yes. I just want to see solid booking when it comes to Mercedes like title run. I get it. They want her to dismantle Jade's old TBS title run record. Of course, she's not in I mean AEW no more, so they want to get that out the way.
You know, I really do forget about Jade's record because all she did was fight who's sad and who cares.
But hey, man, Mercedes, come on, we are comparing. There's no comparison. Mercedes is a way better wrestler, so I guess you can consider her the better TBS champion holder, title holder
But
already.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
So I do think this is gonna be a good match, though. Don't get me wrong. Like,
Oh no, yeah, Riho can go. It's just that
yeah,
you only see her like a handful of times a year.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like, come on, you put somebody like Rio, you put somebody like Mercedes Monet, it's bound to happen. You're gonna get a good match, bro.
Yeah, Mercedes is really good at like the Joshi style, the Lucha Libre style, the sports entertainment style, like all those styles of wrestling. So
Yeah.
this won't be a miss. But again, I got Mercedes Monet winning this.
Yes, I do too. From what witness protection.
Ruckus, how you doing, man? I knew when someone says Athena, you talk about witness protection. I mean ROH. I mean same thing. But a talk about Athena is a talk for a different time, whether it's on the air or off the air. But next match is sadly a regular Canadian tag team match. I wish it was a Canadian street fight, but featuring Dax Hardwood, Cash Wheeler. Um, are they Talk for Glory Tag Team of the Year? Did they win
We don't
one?
know.
No, wait. I'm talking about like previously. Like I feel like they did because I remember like what was it 2023?
I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
yeah,
one of those
2023.
years.
22, it was 22 or 23 where we were like, okay, it's either the Usos or it's FTR. It might have been FTR.
Yeah,
It might have
I
been
forgot.
it
Yeah.
was FTR. It was FTR. It was FTR. So the 2022 Tag Team of the Year, the Revival, FTR, fuck the Revival, all those things. versus the rated R superstar Edge and the father that wait actually he has no kids. He's freed. It's Christian Cage. He's out here now. Fuck them kids.
I think, well, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that gets me mad is like I'm usually a guy who doesn't throw in tag champions in matches. This was one of the matches that, especially when it came to the tag match, you could have through FTR like the tag team champions just to be even if it was 1 month to just to face Christian and Edge, put some titles, some gold on the line to make the match even bigger, and whoever wins, like it makes it even much better. I don't know why, but to me that would have been better than what they got regular tag match.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to see a Canadian street fight. Like, if there
Man.
was nothing on the line, you may as well just make it a goddamn street fight.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that if there was no title or anything on the line, then there should have been a stipulation, like some sort of stipulation with like a certain kind of style match to make it better than just a regular plain tag match. Don't get me wrong, I do think we're gonna get a great match,
Who
but
knows? Maybe it could have even you guys could have even done 2 out of 3 falls.
yeah,
Doing like
exactly. Or
a,
false
a
count
tribute
anywhere, something.
a tribute to the DIY versus the Revival match,
Yeah.
NXT Takeover Toronto.
Oh yeah, that would have been fun. But what are your thoughts on the match?
That's another thing that's great about this pay per view. It's in Toronto.
Oh man, you already know the crowd's gonna be rocking, bro. I love Toronto when it comes to like their crowds.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
But what
It,
are your thoughts on the match?
honestly, I love the fact that the Revival are doing stuff that doesn't involve the tag titles. What have I appreciated? Like, there's gold here, yes, but I like when whether it's you by yourself or tag teams as a whole, when they can do stuff like they're so good. Yes, they should be champions, but it's even better if they can do stuff without the titles. So I'm happy about that. That's my positive here. Now, as for this whole match as a whole, I've said this in other videos. I need Edge and Christian to win the tag titles. I need Edge and Christian to have as many tag matches as they want, because the same thing with the Hardys. I need them to pack it up by the end of this year.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of staying like. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It sounds very plain, but yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Like of older wrestlers. Don't get me wrong, they're legends. They can still go, but I don't know. There's something about like taking up the spots of the younger talent, the new generation that still bothers me. And if that requires them to split and eventually move on, then so be it for me. Like I love them though. Don't get me wrong. I love Andrew Christian. You know that. You know how much I love them, but I don't know.
Uh, yeah, like that. Another thing about like this match is, um, so when I went to AEW Dynasty and the Revival FTR, they pile drove Edge and they concertoed him. I was under the impression that eventually somewhere down the line, like this exact match was going to happen as a Canadian street fight, where they do a like double concerto for some reason. So I'm kind of sad about that. But I, for one, am excited for this match because it's FTR and Edge and Christian. I'm gonna say Christian can go more than Edge. I'm not gonna lie.
You think so?
I think so because of how many times Edge has either gotten injured or
Yes.
the break and then he comes back in 3 months. You got Christian
Yeah.
here that will get injured and then he'll be back Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Christian has been more like durable during like their last run as of late. I feel like this is Christian's best work so far, like in such a long time.
I think it was either with you or with someone else that there has to be a talk about like Edge versus Christian in WWE versus outside WWE, and it just really looks like Christian is like the better not athlete, the better wrestler, character, etc. outside of WWE.
Yeah, but that's what I was gonna say. It's not really fair because Edge, in
Like
comparison,
no, yeah, this is his first time outside of it, but like now you're
yeah,
seeing like maybe it's all depending on environment.
yeah. For here's my thing. The WWE system fit and worked out more for Edge, and outside of WWE fit and worked out more for Christian. Like we see Christian early on in his TNA days. A lot of you might have forgot, but in his early TNA days, when he left WWE the first time, he also went on a great run and he made a name for himself. And when he went back to WWE, it wasn't the same Christian Cage we seen in TNA in '05, '06, and '07. It was Christian from 2004, just to a little bit to a higher power, basically, a little by a
Right.
little bit. And Edge, the WWE system fitted him because of his character work as well. Not saying he wasn't a good wrestler, but he just fitted that system and that style more than Christian did. As to like Christian fitting more of the indie style, that makes sense more than
Right.
Edge. So I see what you're saying, though. I agree. Like we can have a talk like that. Like
But when it comes to like FTR as a whole, I kind of need them to get this win because although I'm not saying if they win this, they get like the tag titles. I do think a win like this sends a loud message like, hey, the nostalgia was great, but it's over. Now focus on the current tag teams. Now you can focus on the people like the FTRs, the Young Bucks, the Guns, the Jet Speeds, the Broditos, um,
private
Ty,
parties.
how much of that was into a lot of it probably. A lot of it was probably
Definitely Vince. Being Vince.
but be on an end though. I actually got Edge and Christian winning this with double spears.
Yeah, I agree. And I do see some how you say that shit? Contentos coming in.
Yeah, concertos.
I do see it coming in, like pretty much revenge.
Yeah, just like you guys almost broke my neck, and I'm gonna concuss the fuck out of both of you. But now we're not done talking about tag teams because next is for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. It is defending champions Bandito, also the ROH champion, and Brody King. Fucking love Brody King. That dude is underappreciated. Versus
Definitely.
Kevin Knight and the Jet Setter. Uh, yeah, the Jet Setter Kevin Knight and the Kung Fu Kid, Karate Kid himself, Mike Bailey, the Perfect Weapon,
Oh
Josh
god.
Alexander. Honestly, one of the not greatest, but one of the better technical wrestlers out there going on today in Hechizero, representing the
Yeah.
Don Callis family. Versus they aren't the EVPs anymore, but they are still Top for Glory's 2024 Tag Team of the Year, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Unfortunately, they were so broken up that we can no longer play their clip.
I love I mean, you know how much we love ladder matches.
Right,
Dating back to Edge and Christian, Matt Hardy and Team 3D, the W Boys, however what the fuck you want to call them.
right. Team 30, um, yeah, the
Like
Dudleys. Yeah,
I love ladder matches, especially when they involve like talents such as the Young Bucks. Like I think in Raw Rage they had a pretty solid tag team ladder match, right? Back in the days.
yeah, the Hardys versus the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks versus SCU versus the Briscoes.
Oh man, that was
The
great.
Young Bucks versus Bad Influence and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh god, I love those.
And then even if you go back to TNA days, Ultimate X matches, the
Hmm.
Guns versus the Young Bucks, Ultimate X style.
Yep. And that's my point. Like, when do we ever get a bad Bucks appearance in a ladder match? Which is why I'm so excited. And I'm not gonna lie, like, but this is a thing I want to touch on real fast. I'm not really too high on how they've been using Josh Alexander. So I'm kind of glad he's getting used in some sort of importance here, like in a tag team title match.
At first, it was a little cold, but they finally picked up how they've been using Josh. Where at first it was just like, oh, he was just a signing. Now he's like, oh, he looks like a fucking threat. The only reason that they don't have him higher up on the card is because we've got Kyle Fletcher and we've got Konosuke Takeshita, and I don't think you can have Don Callis be managing three people all at different times. We gotta get some tag teams in here.
Yeah. I just I don't know, bro. Compared to how he was booked and built off of TNA, and to right now, like it just hasn't clicked for me. So I'm happy like he's doing something of importance, like chasing the tags and titles. I'd rather that than him doing nothing and then just being on like collision matches.
Yeah, I get what you're coming from on that, but I also think like just just off of like debut and what's he up to now, I think that Josh Alexander is going to find his footing. Hell, he might just be a top name and possibly the C2 when that drops off in about like November.
Yeah. But what are your thoughts on Jet Speed?
Jet Speed, I love Jet Speed. I do. If anyone, whether you've talked to me in real life or you've talked to me through Discord, you guys know how much I love the team of Speedball Mike Bailey, and you guys know how much I love the team. Yeah, the team of Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. You guys know that I'm also pitching for them to be in New Japan Pro Wrestling's Junior Tag League.
Oh
But
wow, yeah, that's not a bad. That's not a bad.
but Kevin Knight can have all the fun he wants right now with Speedball. But when the day comes when that person comes knocking, when he slides his card under the door, I still want Kevin Knight to put on a suit and join the business of hurting people. Want that man in the Hurt Syndicate for fuck's sakes. But
I think it do
before that
wonders for his
happens,
career.
but before that happens, I don't mind him winning tag titles. There's just one
I
problem.
agree.
It's
What?
that they're facing Brodito, and normally I'm not the biggest fan of makeshift tag teams until later on in life, but something about Bandito and Brody King have just clicked immediately, and I
That's
love it.
true. I love it
Fucking
too.
Bandito is in many people's talks for a breakout or even a superstar of the year, whether he's in your top 5 or top 15 talks. Brodito currently a double champ. Well, I guess a cross brand champ.
Yeah.
ROH, AEW. Yeah, that's Bandito, and Brody Mother effing King is just Brody Mother effing King.
Wait, didn't they defend their titles a few weeks ago
Yeah,
against who did they beat for the title? Defend who did they beat defending the title?
what was that?
Who did they beat defending their titles?
Defeat or retain?
I mean, yeah, retain. I
Uh,
forgot. They just did
I,
it like
I think
recently.
this is
Like,
their first defense, but they beat the Hurt Syndicate and FTR to win the titles.
really? No, I kind of swore they were defending it like 2 weeks ago on TV.
Then it might have been FTR. Then gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm
Can't
not. I'm
remember.
not really. I think it. Yeah, it was FTR. It was FTR. I
Yeah,
remember. So they
yeah,
already got
yeah.
one defense under their belt. I remember watching that match 2 weeks ago, a few weeks ago. I forgot how many weeks ago was that.
Yeah. It sucks that Brody King and um Brody King and Bandito aren't as like featured as like a tag team because they've been doing this so all these all-star tag team matches, which is great. I love the team of Brodito, Jet Speed, and Hangman versus like the Don Callis. Like that was really cool. And
Yeah.
like things like that. But I love the fact that Bandito and Brody King are basically they're still just two single guys,
Yeah.
but when they come together, like they just mesh so well. And I was one of the people saying that Brody King with Buddy Matthews currently injured, he can go win the Continental Classic. We can go win the TNT. For him to win the tag team titles with Bandito, I'm perfectly fine with it. I actually love it.
Me too. And I like what they're doing with Brody King. I would. I'm personally. I personally was so mad like when I heard about Buddy Matthews getting hurt and stuff. Because then it kind of like slouches him. But don't get me wrong, it kind of helps him get himself into a solo position too. But like you said, I was so mad because I thought that he was gonna be in the middle of nowhere. But I'm glad they found something for him. And look what happened. Like he fits perfectly with Bandito.
And it's like I don't want this to end. So hopefully I have Brodito, and also I love that name, whether a fan made that up and they ran with it or AEW themselves um thought of it. Love it. Love the name Brodito.
Yeah, it's a smart name. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not gonna lie. I want them to retain. I want to see. I want to see them do more shit together. Like, so I got Brodito winning.
all right. We're not done talking about title matches. because now we're gonna talk about a triple threat match featuring defending champion for the Unified Championship. It is
Still
the
gotta get
Rain
used to that, man.
Okada versus the Alpha, the G1 winner. He's challenging Zack Sabre Jr. or Ren Narita next month at King of Pro Wrestling. Konosuke Takeshita. Oh, and he's a couple people, Superstar of the Years. We'll reach back to you on December, whether it's here on top floor or somewhere else, versus Mascarado Dorado. Wait, is this fucking Lindsay Dorado? I'm be mad if it
I
is.
think it is. I'm not sure though. I heard somebody tell me it was.
If it's Lindsay Dorado, I'm just going to say Lindsay Dorado because this is kind of hard to say.
I
My,
could be wrong though. I don't want to say it is. I could be wrong.
I'm just going to Dorado because like Mascata. No, I can say Mascata. Never mind, Mascata. So it's Mascata, Takeshita, Okada, unified title, triple threat match. Honestly, I'm not mad about this match happening. I know some people are saying that hey, why'd they add a third? We could have had Takeshita versus
Oh,
Okada. And
he was Grand
personally,
Master League. Remember him in WWE?
oh, he's Grand Metalik.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I would have
dude,
never thought that.
dude, why the hell can he go crazy now? He had a badass match against Beast Mordos, which
Really?
again, Beast, yeah, but fucking Beast Mordos is amazing. But
Facts.
Lindsay Dorado has been going fucking wild every time I see him, especially on ROH too. Um,
Bro, I kind of knew he was always gonna be great, bro. Just WWE held him back, bro.
yeah, they kind of put him with Viva Pinata.
Oh God. But yeah,
Um, at first a lot of people are like, oh, why is I guess I can say Grand Metalik. Grand Metalik in this triple threat match, it should have been a one-on-one match. Two things. One, I don't think it's time for Okada versus Takeshita yet. Two,
not yet. Yeah.
um, Grand Metalik fucking did a swan dive from the ring to the ramp, like lower, like the lower slash midway of the ramp, and he perfectly dived on Okada,
Oh
just like
shit.
symbolizing, hey, I'm here too. And I
Yeah.
think that's enough for people to take a look at Mascata or Grand Metalik, whichever one. Um, because I'm not going. That got my attention. Now I'm curious. And Konosuke Takeshita has had one hell of a year where I can
Yeah.
name a lot of his matches where I'm like, yeah, that match you should watch out for. That match you should watch out for. Um, this match is probably one of them. Okada, as much as I don't like him, I got to admit when the belt's on the line, it's like someone put bread on him. It's like someone put money on him.
I'll say this: like, you got to protect the match of Okada and Takeshita. So if you want to protect that singles match, why not tease us, but also throw in a another talent such as Grandmaster League? I don't know. I don't freaking know how to say his name. Yeah, I got to get used to it.
Um, what was I gonna
But
say?
yeah,
And if like my head canon's right, I can not head. If my prediction's right, I think we can get Okada versus Takeshita. But the only way we can get to it with the perfect built up feeling is if, and this is gonna be crazy because if he does it, it's gonna be fucking insane. If Konosuke Takeshita can win the C2, if he can win the C2 and the G1, there's gonna be fucking talks.
yeah. There's no denying at that point. But I was gonna say, I'm gonna go with Okada still retaining though. Right now, I think you protect it. You protect that match, and then eventually you revisit it, and then that's where you have Takeshita take the belt off of him in a singles match. I think
Yeah,
that's the direction they're gonna head towards eventually, though.
yeah, I gotta go with Okada as well. Just because if Okada's ever gonna lose that belt, it has to be to Takeshita, and I'm certain that not just like as a from one top Japanese talent to another Japanese talent, I feel like this is all those years of being in DDT and Okada looking down on it from New Japan, where Takeshita can finally go, you can't look down on me anymore.
Exactly. So for those purposes, I would want Okada to retain, but I do think we're gonna get a fucking hell of a match, bro. This is gonna be a fucking banger.
But match MVP will either be Takeshita or it'll be Grand Metalik.
Yeah, I'm actually go with Grand Metalik as the MVP. I think it's gonna be a good showing for him.
Oh hell yeah! And I also love these type of triple threat matches where it's like two people are too focused on each other, forget the third, like they did with EO when there was like EO versus Bianca versus Rhea. So I like this. I like those kind of storyline triple threats. Okada pins Dorada. Or maybe he even rolls. Maybe he rolls up to catch them. I know that'll piss him off.
That'd be crazy though. I think you protect Takeshita though.
Yeah, you do. Again, that dude is challenging for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship next month at King of Pro Wrestling. Are there going to be predictions about that? Maybe. Um, but again, there's a lot of food on Takesha's plate.
Yeah, and he's definitely eating this year, bro. So shit, I wouldn't be surprised even if he wins this match, but I wouldn't want it to happen now.
But next match, which is the co-main event of this pay-per-view for Top Floor, it is for the AEW Women's World Championship. It is Top Floor's 2024 Women's Superstar of the Year. It is the TV stays black and white. It is Timeless Tony Storm versus the Toxic Spider Thekla versus She Hits Pretty Fucking Hard Jamie Hayter versus an alien, the underappreciated, the undervalued Chris Statlander.
Yes.
Um, you know, at first glance, if I didn't watch AEW, I would say, why is this happening? But I love that they're kind of going with the whole stint of Tony Storm has beaten the cream of the crop here. She's basically taken on all challengers, where she's beaten her spiteful fans, or she's beaten belt collectors, or she's beaten forever champions. So now, what's in her way? And it fucking Jamie Hayter, who hits like a fucking brick wall. Chris Statlander, who's out to make a name for herself, or honestly, one of AEW's hottest signings in Thekla. And if you guys have been listening to Top for Glory, whether it's here on the miniseries, I've for quite some time have been saying that Thekla and Stardom was starting to run its course. So I am
Yeah,
happy to see her here in AEW, and it looks like she fits AEW like a glove.
and then you get her. You get her like you get her into the women's title match too.
When it comes to Thekla and this AEW women's title, I did not think we were gonna get it this fast. Hell, I thought that Thekla, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, the Triangle of Madness, they were gonna run roughshod just a little bit more, but it looks like everyone's gonna be busy that night.
Yeah. Um, I don't know though. I don't really know too much that's going on in the women's division in AEW.
Uh,
But I will say this that I do know that Tony Storm is running her course. She's dominating everybody. It's
I, I I've seen someone say like Tony Storm is now doing the Orange Cassidy storyline, where it's like she's just going until her body breaks. And if that's the case, I love that. I love seeing that be the final run of the champion.
yeah.
And if that's the case, not now, but I am excited for that one-on-one match. It's going to be the John Moxley versus Orange Cassidy for Tony Storm, where she gets that one-on-one match. But this
Mm.
Fatal 4-Way is going to be the highlight of probably of the night if
You
they
think
can,
so?
yeah, if like when it comes to like I know there's a couple women's matches on the pre-show. There's like maybe two on the pre-show. Then there's Riho versus Mercedes. Then there's gonna be this. I think this four is gonna be like the highlight of like women's wrestling.
Of course, tomorrow night. Oh, tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, night, afternoon. Who knows? Maybe wait, I forgot what the hell's the other women's ten match in WWE going on. Give me a sec.
Uh,
Chelsea Green's
shit.
not
I don't even.
actually nah, never mind. No, because freaking Becky's not defending her belt. Um, Julie's not defending her belt. Becky's not defending her belt. Um, Stephanie Becker versus EO is the only matches going on. So maybe that might be the highlight. We'll just have to wait and see.
I definitely think this is gonna be the highlight of the weekend in terms of women's wrestling. This probably is gonna outshine that match for sure. I don't know though. I could be wrong. We'll just have to wait and see. But I think the talent in this match presents itself. Like I think you can't fail with the kind of ingredients you have in this match.
I
I don't
think
see how can you?
I think this match is also going to show a hey, not now, but later on in life, where it's like if Tony Storm does retain, which I do have a retaining, it's going to be
That's
a
what
it's going to be a okay. Tony Storm won today, but don't think it's going to be a while because I do see Thekla winning the AEW Women's title. I do see Jamie Hayter becoming a two-time AEW Women's Champion. I do see Chris Statlander finally getting her moment, finally winning the big one.
yeah.
So
I I do think I agree. Like her getting the title match already kind of sets up and lets us know where she's gonna be in the women's division in AEW. And then you got somebody like Jamie Hayter, like you said, who's already had been there before. And then you got somebody as Chris Allen, who's also like a big part of AEW when it comes to the women division, right? Eventually, I would like to see her get her moment as well, but I don't think it's gonna be tomorrow night. If that makes sense.
right, but
I got
okay, so
Tony Storm retaining.
we both agree
Huh?
on Tony Storm retaining. So now we're about to hit the main event, guys. So um, you guys already know. First off, Weeb Ruckus again. Weeb again. Happy birthday. Um, you guys already know when we're about to hit the main event, guys. Before we give the final thoughts, you guys already know to do one of the most important things when it comes to Top Florida. That is to follow the socials. So going. Hey, Swift, could you hear me throughout all that?
No.
Okay. So that just means that it's just gonna be on the screen from now on. Looks like I don't got that. You guys can read.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. So you guys already know. Follow the socials. One more time. Join the Talk for Glory Discord. And again, I'll put it on the screen one more time. Screenshot it. Type it up. Do whatever you want. All right, guys. And with that being said, it's time to hit the main event, and it is defending champion. Well, for the AEW World Championship, or as they say, the AEW Men's World Championship. It is
Oh God,
defending champion, cowboy shit, the hero, the main character, all these things. Hangman Adam Page versus the Proto Star TNT champion Kyle Fletcher.
dude. Kyle Fletcher has came such a long way. I'm happy that he's in this position. You know why? Because it kind of builds him into a main event star eventually down the line, right?
I'm letting you talk.
Yeah, it kind of builds him to the main event star down the line, and it shadows him out from like what he used to be, a tag team guy. He used to be under Will Osprey and what was their team called? Ozzy Open or some shit like that? No,
Yeah,
yeah, it was right.
yeah. Mark Briscoe and not Mark, Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher were Aussie Open, and then as a whole,
United
Aussie
Empire.
Open, Jeff Cobb, Okan, Osprey, United Empire. You know that.
Yeah. So I'm kind of liking how he separated himself from that picture, and in a way, it kind of resembles a lot of like like a Randy. Like I can see it when people say that, even though he's not Randy at all. But like Randy took the evolution route. Remember, he had somebody like Triple H and Ric Flair as influence. I think
Right,
he had Will Ospreay as influence, and then he was in a
right.
tag team, and then he was in United Empire, a faction, right?
Yeah.
So. So I don't know. I think this is good for Kyle Fletcher, and I'm proud to see where he's at now today. TBS. I mean, I said TBS. TNT title, and now he's chasing the world champion, which is good.
I believe I made a Twitter post about this yesterday. That now AEW is 2 for 2 on having the TNT champion challenge the world champion at All Out, and I kind of don't mind that. I like the idea of every year now around All Out, just have the TNT champion challenge. I mean, they did it for Jack Perry versus Bryan, and they're doing it Fletcher versus Hangman. So just make it a yearly thing at this point.
Yeah, why not? And I do like how they're building new stars. So I'm glad we can get somebody like a Kyle Fletcher finally in the main event scene. And I think building new stars is something AEW and any company needs to do it all the time. You need to build these new stars, bro. Especially
I
because
think,
he's young too.
yeah, I think Kyle Fletcher definitely from like literally from the moment he signed to AEW, he was probably like in the name. So like, hey, like this guy's like pretty young. Um, it would be a waste to just keep him in the tag division for God knows how long. So to see where like Kyle Fletcher was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where like people are like talking about matches where it's like, oh, Aussie Open versus FTR, Aussie Open, their World Tag League, Aussie Open versus just like whoever. Now we've moved at a point where like, hey, remember Kyle Fletcher versus Bryan, Kyle Fletcher versus Omega, Kyle Fletcher versus Osprey, Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman. Like we're at a point where now we're talking about Kyle Fletcher, the protostar.
Yes, as his own main event. I mean, as his own guy. He's not. He's really taking out. He's really not viewed as much as a tag guy anymore, which is a good thing. Especially when you break up with a team, that's exactly what you want. You want to separate yourself from that, from your old image, if that makes sense. Like,
Right. But I think Fletcher's fighting the right person. It's Hangman Adam Page. He's again the main character, the hero of AEW, and I don't think Hangman needs to go like on this long title run. I don't think he needs to hit a year. I think he needs to just be in these meaningful stories. Um, all of Hangman's stories are pretty much just meaningful to me. They are basically a giant redemption arc. His first world title run was just like, hey, I saved you guys from the tyrant known as Kenny Omega, and now his second run is just, hey, I'm back here. I'm a better man. I've been through some stuff. When does this title reign end? I don't know. All I know is that I don't think it ends at all out.
I don't either. And I'm happy that we getting Adam Page as a world champion again in AEW. I think it's definitely necessary because if you look back to his first title run, it was pretty decent, right?
Right?
It started off slow, but then it ended pretty strong. And I think like the way he's about to like you said too, I'm gonna piggyback on what you said. I don't think he necessarily needs a long title run, but I do think within the time of him holding the title, I do think we're gonna get a lot of great quality matches, and some decent storytelling in as well. So I wouldn't mind seeing him holding the title for a little bit longer as well. Who knows though?
Um, Also, when it comes to Hangman Adam Page, I do think fighting a Kyle Fletcher, like fluctuating between people like Kyle Fletcher, MJF. Who did he defend against right before MJF?
Um, damn,
Oh, Mox. Yeah,
Mox,
Mox.
right?
Yeah, like to go from like Mox, MJF, Fletcher, like that. This is a really good on Hangman's part. It's not like he's just like sitting waiting around. The future is actually coming to him.
Yep.
And again, this is all about like Hangman being a better man from his first run, and just giving a lot of people the chances they probably didn't get. Could you imagine um so soon, like, hey, someone like a Kyle Fletcher getting a world title match? Like,
No.
so
If anybody else was champion, I don't think Kyle Fletcher is in the main event right now.
well, except Osprey. If Osprey's world champion, I'm
Well,
pretty sure Fletcher.
except Osprey as well. But I'm saying like I don't really think right now if anybody else is champion, like the current roster, like outside of like Osprey, because I know he's injured, right?
Right.
I don't think he's in the main event. I think a champion like Hangman opens up a lot of possibilities for other talents, such as a Kyle Fletcher and stuff like that.
I also think that during a time where we do not have a Kenny Omega, a Will Osprey, a Swerve Strickland,
Yep.
Hangman is the perfect guy to be taking the wheel of AEW.
Yes. Holding shit down until everybody clears up. Not saying that he's not a great talent in himself, But why not hold shit down while everybody else is hurt? Just the perfect time to shine as well. Like, and then you not only are you doing that, holding shit down, you're hoping to build the next stars of tomorrow for AEW as well.
And with that being said, I pretty much just got to keep it on Hangman. I got Hangman getting the dub here.
Yeah, I do too, and I hate to be so like I hate for everything to feel like we're just being politically like correct, I guess. But I just don't see a world where Hangman loses the title already. I think it's too soon for me. Not saying he needs a year run, but I don't think right now is the time.
Oh yeah, again, like my personal prediction is that Hangman doesn't lose the title unless it's to like Osprey or Swerve.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna come down to those two eventually, anyways. When it comes to the world champion with him,
Who knows? Maybe Hangman gets a year long run and we get in 2026 Owen Hart Cup Finals, Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland
and then the winner faces Hangman, right?
at All In.
You can see that too.
But where does like Kyle Fletcher go after this? Well, he's TNT champion, guys. So he he's got a boatload of people. He's got like the Mark Briscoes, the Daniel Garcias, the um I was just about the Shelton Benjamins. Yes, I do
Yes.
think Benjamin should be winning a fucking title at this point.
Yes.
He's got the Beast Mortals, he's got the Rooshes.
He's got a lot of mid card talent there that he can feud with after this, so it's not the end of be all, but it pushes him to a new height to me. A new heights to me. It puts
Right.
him somewhere, and it kind of help elevates the TNT title as well because he's challenging for the world title.
Right. And again, if let's say come 2026 all out, it's TNT champion versus AEW world champion. If it's not here on Top of Glory, maybe Kyle Fletcher is the one to also push the agenda that the TNT champion should be facing the world champion at All Out. And who knows, maybe Kyle Fletcher putting on a banger of a match is what pushes that agenda.
Yep. Darby.
That's a maybe. That's a maybe. That's another name.
Mhm.
Let's
Darby.
not like that wasn't like a possibility.
Maybe. I mean, I can see it. Maybe happening.
Oh, and to answer your question, we yeah, Mark Davis is around. He's either on ROH or he's injured again.
Yeah, I feel bad. Whenever a tag team breaks up, you really get that one guy who
But this is
doesn't
kind of
get
gonna sound
the
fucked
same
up though.
shot. Huh?
But this is kind of gonna sound fucked up though. Mark Briscoe getting injured might be the greatest thing that ever to happen to Kyle Fletcher's career. Not Mark Briscoe.
I
Fuck
mean,
Mark.
Mark Davis. Yes.
Yeah, Mark Davis getting injured might have been the greatest thing to happen to Kyle Fletcher's career.
You can compare it to Jay Uso, the time when Jimmy Uso tore his, I think, ACL, right?
Yeah,
That's when he went on this. I'm talking about when 2020, and he faced Roman. This is where everybody opened their eyes to, oh shit, he can be a solo guy. It happens sometimes. Like injuries, sometimes are a blessing in disguise for certain talents.
same thing with Brody King in a sense. Like Buddy Matthews getting injured, it pushed Brody King into like a bunch of singles matches that made a lot of people want like, oh, Brody King should beat Okada or
He should
Brody
be a
King
solo
should
guy.
beat
Like
Kyle Fletcher.
he should be exactly. He should be a main point. Like he should be like a guy who they take serious. So sometimes injuries aren't always, the
As
worst
bad as
cases
they
for
seem.
some. Yeah, especially for
But
tag teams.
yeah, that's one of the benefits of Kyle Fletcher now a single star, the proto star. Who knows? Maybe a future AEW World Champion next year, 2 years from now, maybe 6 months.
But then I feel bad, Enigma, because we get guys like Mark Davis, Jimmy Uso. We get the other guys like they necessarily always get the short end of the stick because outside of the tag team, they don't really have much really going for them.
I kind of blame booking on that then.
Yeah, I mean it could be booking, but at the same time, like if you're not really, I don't know how to word it without
I
sounding
I
fucked
I
up.
called it like Shawn Michaels Jannetty booking. That's what I call it. Like
Yeah,
you purposely like book someone like Marty Jannetty.
yeah.
Like you're
It's
too
just
focused.
yeah. Go
Hmm?
ahead. Nah, go ahead.
So like you're too focused on the guy that's hot right now. To focus, hey, he was a part of attacking, so focus on the other guy. Um, so that's kind of what they've done with people like with like Jimmy Uso, and they've done that with Mark Davis. But at the same time, like Mark Davis is a part of the Don Callis family, so do what you will with that. Where it's like, yes, an Aussie Open reunion is on the table. or you can just have Mark Davis on ROH
No.
because I think you should because you have Takeshita, you have Hechiseto, you have Josh Alexander, you have Trent Beretta, you have Rocky Romero. Like you have like 6 or 7 people, and AEW has like 3 shows, including ROH.
Yeah.
So
No, but
you
I'm
may
saying
as
like
well.
no. I'm saying no to the possibility of the reunion of a tag team. I don't think you put Kyle Fletcher back into
Oh
a
no,
tag team.
not like in the right back in the tag team division. I mean like an Aussie Open reunion tag team match.
Hmm.
Yeah, like that.
Okay,
That's
yeah, I can
always
see
on
what
the
you're
table.
saying.
That's always going to be on the table.
I mean, it's the same thing I say about Trez as well. Like, if he ever separates from the Street Profits, he's gonna be the one that they're gonna be looking at. It just happens in tag team wrestling. It sucks that's the case, but that just happens.
Yeah, shit just happens. That's what I always say.
But I'm looking
But
forward to All Out tomorrow afternoon. I keep saying tomorrow night.
yeah,
Fuck.
because you know it's very rare when like wrestling's like in the afternoon and shit. Um, you got All Out afternoon. You got WrestlePalooza. Still think you guys could have had a better name. Um, WrestlePalooza at what 7, 8 p.m.
It's a long day for wrestling fans. It's one
Yeah,
thing.
it's a
We
long
all
day for
win.
fans. Let us know what's your favorite women's match. Let us know what's your favorite tag match. Let us know what's your favorite world championship match. Which actually
Yes.
now thinking about it on like in the long run, like what actually sounds better on paper? Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman, or Cody versus Drew.
I don't want to sound fucked up, but it don't
Oh
sound
no,
anywhere near comparison.
no, for me it's like Cody versus Drew. Like that sounds better. Now it's all about like what match it will be.
Exactly. Yeah. On paper, we just looking and we just telling. Let's say I tell somebody, they're gonna be like, "Damn, that match sounds way better than this match," not knowing that Hangman and Page and Kyle Fletcher could fucking go in the ring.
Like I'm more on the fence just because like I would be like so optimistic about like the Drew versus Cody match, but like they booked Drew like shit so bad. It's like just get this match out the way.
Like
But
they definitely booked Drew like garbage, bro.
but you know, we could talk more about this for the review right now. Pretty sure it's close to midnight. Um, guys, thank you everyone that's been listening, commenting. You've been very active. Thank you everyone that's been um talking throughout the AEW All Out predictions. Ruckus, maybe one day they'll get Athena out of ROH when they find the right person to take the belt off of her. That just means get good. Um, but that was everything, guys. So closing us out, you guys already know what to do. You guys know to stay safe. Have a great day and or night. Don't take wrestling too serious because it's not that fucking deep. Um,
Stop being tribalistic as well, guys. Enjoy
there
all
we go.
wrestling, man.
There we go. Enjoy tribal. Yeah, enjoy wrestling. Don't be tribalistic. If you prefer one
That-
thing over the other, perfectly fine.
but keep it to yourself. Stop trying to gatekeep wrestling for everybody else.
Yeah, again, not that deep, but but yeah, the saying, stay safe, have a great day and or night because time zones are fucking weird. But most importantly, guys, especially fucking tomorrow,
Enjoy wrestling.
enjoy wrestling, guys.